Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber. Tim has the evening off. We're roughly a month away now from the legalization of medical marijuana in the state of South Dakota. Today, the state's task force hearing from advocates on cannabis. It's our top story at 6. The South Dakota Legislature's Marijuana Interim Study Committee met for a second day in Pierre. Now, even though recreational marijuana is tied up in the courts, lawmakers heard testimony from people interested in the business side of legalized weed, saying it would be safer for residents if they knew where their cannabis was coming from, instead of on the illegal market that already exists. However, South Dakota-grown marijuana will not be available until 2022. As state officials do work out those details, so are local Siouxland communities who are hashing out their plans for legal medical cannabis. The city manager of Vermillion, South Dakota, John Prescott, says that despite the Vermillion officials having multiple meetings on the subject, right now there have not been any concrete decisions made as they continue to find out more and new logistics by the hour.
We're a step ahead of most other places. We won't actually have a dispensary in Yankton for quite some time.
And coming up tonight at 10, KCAU 9's Mallory Smith brings us the latest from those city officials and also what else was said today in the state capitol by advocates for medical marijuana. Christian Bahena Rivera's fate is now officially in the hands of the jury after both sides gave their closing arguments today.
No one else had a reason to kill Molly Tibbetts. His reason is not a good one, like I said before. When would it ever be a good idea, or you would ever have a good reason to kill somebody in this way? But that's what happened.
The prosecution laid out major evidence in the case, video footage that shows Molly Tibbetts running and Rivera's car in the same area. Rivera's confession to investigators and how he's the one that brought them to Tibbetts' body in the cornfield, as well as physical DNA evidence that shows Tibbetts' blood in the trunk of Rivera's car. Meanwhile, Rivera's defense argued the prosecution had failed to prove that Rivera was Tibbetts' killer.
The analysis you have to do is you take all the evidence that you've heard and you boil it down and you determine if that evidence produces guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. That's not what the police did. What the police did is they had 4 weeks of nothing, and then they picked this man. And who better to pick than an undocumented immigrant who doesn't speak the language, who has nobody here to speak of to help him out. And then you cherry pick the facts that fit your theory, and you close the case.
The jury has already been sent home for the day. Turning our attention now to the weather here. A very rainy Thursday, but there's more than rain in store we hear for Siouxland. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson for a look at the forecast that also turned foggy.
Yes, that's right, Sophie. We've seen some fog and drizzle come together in Siouxland this evening. Looks like that's going to be thickening up some as we go through the overnight period. Checking the almanac for today, the high temperature in Sioux City at 64 and the low temperature this morning at 54. So it was on the cooler side of things today. As we look at high temperatures across the map, 57 in Esterville, 59 in Sioux Falls, 64 Sioux City and Albion, 67 today in Takema. Overnight lows will be slipping into the 30s for some, expecting to see the temperature dip to 41 in Sioux City. It becomes slightly warmer for the Memorial Day weekend, but we are tracking some more shower chances too. We'll have more with the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
All right, thanks, Scott. Almost 1,000 free boxes of food were given out to local residents today during a drive-through style event. The Farmers to Families Food Box program, sponsored by the USDA, was made possible between a joint partnership of farmers, the Community Action Agency, and the Sunnybrook Hope Center. Boxes were filled up with meat, dairy, fruits, and vegetables. One volunteer tells us it's more than just giving away the free food. It's giving people hope that there's help out there.
Sometimes they'll share their stories of how down and out they are and stuff, and you just have to remind them. That's why we're here. That's why God has put us here today, to help you get through this rough hump. And it's okay to be down because eventually you'll be back up. Things will look good again.
The program officially is ended, but people can still visit the Hope Center if they are in need of food. Today, Nebraskans had an opportunity to donate some unused and old electronics at USDA service centers. The free scrap computer and electronics recycling collection event. They were sponsored by the Papio, Missouri River Natural Resources District. The drive-up event happened in Dakota City and again in Waltz Hill. The director highlighted the need for these events, giving access to residents in more rural areas.
Up to 97% of all the component parts are reused again and recycled into different plastics, and just they take the interiors out and they reuse them, which is a great thing. So it's better than throwing them into a landfill or into a ditch.
The director also says the annual event collects up to 60,000 pounds of equipment. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, or Doggy Coin. These might not sound like the money of the future, but they are major retailers that are accepting them now. Why cryptocurrencies have shaken off in the last few years, coming up.
And it's going to stick to the cooler side of things here for quite a while, feeling more like March than May. With a few weekend showers in the mix, we'll gradually warm things back up next week. Your 9 on 9 forecast straight ahead.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Sophie Erber, Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson, and Sports Director Jake Jones. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
Thanks for sticking with us. Oh boy, what a difference one day makes. Yesterday really did feel like summer. Today we can see, at least on campus here, and indicative of most of Siouxland, kind of cloudy, windy, and rainy. Foggy, not the nicest day.
No, pretty unpleasant out there today, Sophie. We had some showers happen early this morning as we looped the radar here through the previous 12 hours. And we did see some decent amounts of precipitation related to that. You can see that that rain continues at this time through the state of Wisconsin into the UP of Michigan, and some light rain showers also to our north in the Dakotas and Minnesota. Looking at some of the rainfall totals that occurred around the area, Esterville, the big winner, with 1.25 inches. Just about 1.28 inches there. Shy of that for the next several days here. Highs only in the 60s as we continue into the holiday weekend with some small shower chances on Sunday and Monday. Moving up to 72 on Tuesday, mostly sunny. A small speed bump there in the warming trend on Tuesday with a Wednesday, I should say, with a 20% chance of showers and a high temperature of 70. Then moving into the upper 70s and lower 80s for next weekend. Gene up in Emmitsburg, Iowa, snapped this picture of some geese and their babies. So thanks to Gene for getting that great shot. I always love seeing baby animals. I think everybody does. And if you have a great picture, whether it's weather or animals, we would like to share it here on KCAU 9 News. Go to SiouxlandProud.com, find the weather tab, and send us your photos.
That's right. Keep those coming for us. Thanks a lot, Scott. Well, almost 10 years ago, a massive flood devastated Siouxland, flooding homes and fields. On Tuesday, June 1st, KCAU 9 News looks back at that event along with the lessons learned. The flood of 2011, a decade of change, is a half-hour news special to air right here on KCAU 9 News on Tuesday, June 1st at 6:30 p.m. It was said to be the currency of the future, and in some cases, it can be spent like a dollar bill. But it can also be in addition to your investment portfolio. We're taking a deep dive into cryptocurrencies next. You can use it to buy a cup of coffee at Starbucks or even a dining room set on Overstock.com, but you can't touch it. Reporter Blake Stevens explains cryptocurrencies, what they are, and why they're so popular.
Cryptocurrencies are becoming more popular around the world and in East Tennessee.
People still are used to using credit cards, checks, and cash and things like that, but you see a slow buildup of people learning what it is and asking if we accept that kind of a thing.
It's why Ben Morton's business now accepts payment in the form of cryptocurrency. He owns Tech Boss and believes this high-tech financial network is here to stay. Professor Emeritus James Reeve agrees.
I think it's a mistake just to think of the coin. It's part of something larger. It is part of a network.
Cryptocurrency allows you to transfer value to another person like a bank. But unlike a bank, there is no owner or central location. There is no physical money, no actual coin. It's all stored digitally in a program known as a blockchain. Reeve explains that's a big deal for people living in other countries without access to banks or credit.
Cryptocurrencies provides a way for people around the world who have been disenfranchised in this way to have an access to the financial system. The more people that use it, the more valuable it becomes.
That's why you're hearing more about networks like Bitcoin. Many see cryptocurrency as an investment opportunity.
I mean, this is absolutely the Wild West. There are some great ideas out there that are worth investing in and that you can profit from by actually investing in the coin associated with that network. There's others that will end up being worthless.
4 months ago, Bitcoin's value soared when Elon Musk announced Tesla would accept it as payment. But it fell 2 weeks ago when Musk reversed that decision and publicly criticized the use of fossil fuels and Bitcoin mining. Reeves says there is opportunity here, but there is also opportunity to lose money.
One needs to be very careful in speculating with cryptocurrencies.
Morton knows accepting crypto as payment comes with risk, but it's one he still feels confident in taking.
I could take that money that you had just sent me, put it on the exchange, and cash it out for fiat currency, US dollars, for instance, that same day if I wanted to. So I don't have to sit there and hold it in my wallet or in the exchange if I don't want to.
Another rising trend is causing an unexpected shortage of trading cards. Renewed interest in card collecting for a range of series resulted in many major retailers either limiting purchases or just stopping selling them altogether. You can hear what local businesses have gone through by checking out this story on our website right now at the address on your screen, SiouxlandProud.com. Switching gears, we do have KCAU 9 sports director in the house, and coming up, he has a whole host of highlights, plus some things coming up on the docket later with a no-brainer pick. We have details next. Stay with us.
Smile, but like he loved his cars. He bragged about the limo ride, and you know, then he got into just he wanted to be part. Like he couldn't stop being around the guys on the bench, and those are moments for us to get an opportunity to share, but vice versa. He impacted us as much or more.
Great organization, the Muskies.
Yeah, I don't want to end things on a sad note, but obviously very cool to see what Carter meant to them. And, you know, Coach Strand telling me that when he went to the wake for Carter, one of his family members said, "You don't realize you gave him the best day of his life."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What more can you do for a little boy? All right, well, thanks so much for that story, Jake. And we'll check in for one final look at your overnight forecast. First, let's take you outside right now from downtown Sioux City. If you haven't been outside for a little while, we'll give you a window to the world, at least in downtown Sioux City. Some fog has rolled in, and it seems to be lingering, especially over the water there, Scott.
Yeah, I think it's going to be thickening up tonight, too, as the temperature continues to fall. We should expect to see some areas of thick fog and drizzle. Not the nicest of nights, as the temperature looks to fall to 41 in Sioux City. Tomorrow, we'll start the day off with some cloud cover, but it looks like the sunshine will come back later on in the day with a high of 60. 69 on Saturday. Some rain chances coming together on Sunday and Memorial Day Monday. After that, we should see a return to the 70s and even 80s later on next week.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Scott. Thank you for joining us. We hope you'll join us all again here at 10. Until then, good night.